In this exercise tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to do a TRX lunge from side to side. This is slightly different from a step out lunge to the side, which I'll cover in a separate video. So when we're setting up the TRX, firstly, what I want you to do is I want you to have the foam handles in line with the front of your hips. From here, what you're then going to do is you're then going to come out into a nice wide stance. So I'm going to show you this front onto the camera so you can best see. So when you're in this nice wide stance, what's going to happen is you're going to have your hands on the TRX, you're going to come into one side, one foot's going to come up, and then you're going to come into the other side, and the other foot's going to come up. So you start off nice and wide with the legs way wider than hip width apart. Whatever side that you come into, you're not only leaning back into it, but you're sitting back and diagonal. So if you imagine, let's say you was coming into your right side, you're trying to imagine there's a seat behind you, diagonally behind you. So you're trying to sit into that seat that's diagonally behind you. Your leg on the other side is going to rock up, and then you're sitting on a seat diagonally behind you, the other side. So you're really getting your hips back during the motion. Now let's show you what that looks like with the TRX. So I'm going to come back on the TRX with bent elbows until I feel like I've got that tension on the TRX. Once I've got that tension, I'm then going to come into that wide position. So feet are slightly pointing away from each other, and then from here, I'm now going to use the TRX to help me sit back into the movement. I'm trying to make sure that when I'm coming back to my start position, which is here, I'm not pulling myself back up. So I'm trying to imagine that when I come into a position like this, I'm trying to use my hips to bring me back to the start position as opposed to just pulling myself up, right? So I'm going to show you a couple of repetitions back to back. So notice how when I sit back, the opposing leg is straight and the foot comes up. So only one leg bends at a time. And that is how you do your side lunges.